Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? It's Shutterworth the God LB, aka Lauderdale Boss, Go Artist, Soul Voice Creator, RainGameRadio.com in the building, and Canelo's #1 fan.
This nigga must have lost the bet. I didn't say that shit.
I was not expecting that. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, what? who are you, and what did you do with the real?
Who made a bet with this nigga, man? Why did he say that? Yo, he lost the bet. So who?
Yeah. What did you do with the real Shutterworth?
Nah. We trying to resonate with a bigger audience now. Because word on the streets is Ring Game don't have love for Canelo. So I'm just coming out saying it like I'm Canelo's #1 fan. He would beat Roy Jones Jr. at middleweight, Sugar Ray Robinson. He'd beat Iran Barkley, Tommy Hearns.
Yo,
all of them.
I feel so
Viva
dirty.
la Canelo.
Oh my god, I feel so filthy just listening to what you just said. Good lord, there's a whole bunch of filth. Oh god. This gave me the heebie-jeebies and shit. But yeah, but I got my other man.
He's the greatest Mexican warrior ever. Chavez who?
Yeah, I can't.
Lopez what? No. Marquez no. Canelo fought Golovkin twice and never knocked him out. At least Marquez finally knocked out Pacquiao.
That's facts, though.
Oh Lord.
Yo, but I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's good, y'all? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building, and I'm not one of Morales. I'm not one of Barrera's sons. That's all you need to know. Let's go.
That's what it is, though. Yeah, I mean that dude. Yeah, that was so unexpected, though. But he had me rolling saying that shit. But Pete, though, you're clearly you're taking a break from fighting crime today, and among other, and then you did some different things today. Am I correct?
Yes, I did some other things, which involve cursing people out, but it's another day in the life of a bodega boy.
That's what it is, man. Only in New York, man. That's how I do it. But as always, man, we salute you for your service, for keeping our cities, city streets safe, from all types of derelicts out there, man. So we salute you for your service, man. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
Hey, what's good? It's your boy, Conscious Pilot, a.k.a. the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff, Destination Ringing Radio.
Yes, sir.
And I guess I'm the second biggest Canelo fan on here, so.
Yeah, but it's not really dirty because you actually do like Canelo.
So what are you saying, my friend? I'm lying?
Oh,
nah, you're bugging. I mean, so let's get into it.
Yeah,
we got a mid-ass card, headlined by Canelo versus Saunders. Who y'all think win and why?
Yeah, definitely to the point, man. Canelo versus Saunders. Who's gonna win? Yeah, I don't know.
Unification. Throw that out there. Unification, super middleweight.
Yeah, and four things too. Like this will only be the second attempt of someone actually trying to unify 3 super middleweight titles. 3. So I mean, there's only been one 3-belt champion, and that's Joe Calzaghe. There's never been a fourth one. Yeah, there's never been a fourth one. Although technically Calzaghe should have been the fourth one, but I think one section body made him give up a belt.
Oh shit.
Whatever. Let's not talk about in-house slap boxing. So we're good on that.
Joe Calzaghe was that dude.
Facts.
Y'all hating on Calzaghe, man.
Man, Calzaghe, I never forgave him for what he did to fucking Lacey. He didn't have to do that shit to Jeff Lacey. Jeff Lacey wasn't hurting nobody, bruh.
Nah, he had to do it.
Listen, I'm not a Cal Slappy hater. I just don't like his. I didn't like his.
Ask
style.
Byron Mitchell if he's Cal Slappy.
Yeah, I mean, because dude would be like, would be flailing his wrist, doing 20 punch flail wrist combinations.
But this is the thing. He has those subtle little movements where he'll shift his arm and his body weight and turn it into real punch, and that's what y'all don't see coming in them volleys of shots. And those are ones that hurt and be dropping people.
Yeah,
But yeah, enough about the legendary, undefeated Hall of Fame Joe Calzaghe. Let's speak about someone else who might be not as legendary and might not be as Hall of Fame-ish.
Yeah, like the unified champion Canelo. That might, So yes, Canelo or Saunders next week will be the second 3-belt 168 champion in its history, in its 38-year history, I think. That's crazy. But yeah, in terms of who I think is going to win, now I always say one thing. I don't like Saunders. I do not like him at all. Like I've never liked him as a person. I'm like, but I always respect him as a fighter because dude is like a more annoying version of Tyson Fury to me, and that's saying something because I don't like Fury at all. So
at least I semi like Fury. Saunders is just really, really annoying. Like,
yeah, I mean, my thing is like because I was in tune with the UK, so I used to watch him. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's kind of slick. So when the guy announced that he was facing Andy Lee for the belt, I was like, fuck, he's got to fuck up some things because he could beat Andy Lee. I was like, sure enough, he did, and he held that middleweight belt hostage for in his own special way, underperforming, all types of shit, and that annoyed me because I was like, damn it, this motherfucker's too good for people to beat him. And he brought that shit up to super middleweight. So I mean, like I said, I always respected that dude can actually fight. So people are thinking like, oh no, Saunders is gonna do him like he did Callum Smith or anything like that. I don't think that's. I really don't think that's gonna go down like that.
Callum Smith presented the physical challenge. Saunders is going to present the stylistic, the boxing challenge. That's all it is because. Pedigree between Saunders and Caleb Smith is like a level apart, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like I said, Saunders, Saunders has never been down as a pro. He's never been stopped. He's undefeated, obviously. Like, I mean, Saunders is a lot tricky, especially for someone who's not really fast on their feet like Canelo is. Like, I would not be surprised if Saunders gives Canelo a whole bunch of problems that he won't expect. And of course we know, but with Saunders, we have to make sure that he actually passes his drug because there's no funny shit going on with him.
Yo, he's been dialed in for this fight, man. This is the most like ripped, ready, focused Saunders I've seen in like ever.
Yeah, like usually, Saunders always had a reputation, especially at 160. Like you see him in between fights, he looks bloated and shit. But then, come fight time, he manages to somehow make the weight.
He's been in shape for a long time for this fight. I'm talking about, like, he was already, like, in good shape, like, January.
Yeah.
Good. Now there'll be no excuses when he gets his ass whooped.
No, I mean, and there shouldn't be.
Yeah, but short weeks, 4 weeks notice,
but he can't make that excuse. He already shit on Caleb Smith for it.
Exactly.
Just like Tarver couldn't make the excuse for Hopkins because he shitted on Roy Jones for it.
Yes.
I mean, he wanted to make the excuse. Matter of fact, he said it, but it's like everybody was like, "No, the old man beat your ass."
Mm-hmm.
Terrible night of boxing for me, but anyways.
Yeah, so Saunders, like I said, he presents some interesting stylistic challenge to him, and similar to what happened with Laura versus Canelo so many years ago, and like I said, except now Saunders is bigger doing that. He's a bigger man, with that with footwork. So I know my heart is saying that Canelo will probably win by decision. He's not knocking Saunders out. Canelo does not have any big fight KOs like that. It's not going to start now.
You mean Alfredo Angulo wasn't a big fight KO?
God, I actually don't even remember.
James Kirkland was
Shut
it?
up. Shut up.
Amir Khan was amazing.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Kovalev was in a big fight KO.
I'm talking about prime big fight KOs. You know, he's
But Golovkin wasn't in his prime.
The goalpost.
this nigga's he's being on one tonight. But yeah, no, like I said, Saunders and Canelo. Yeah, Canelo doesn't really stop anyone prime. I should say, if we want to be technical about all this. Yeah, like I said, Saunders. I want to say that Canelo will probably win a decision, but my heart's telling me, like I said, go to Saunders, and not I really, because like I said, I've always said Saunders could fight. I don't want to go back on my word now and say, okay, let me do this for a time where I don't back up his fighting ability, as much as I don't like him as a person.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, so hold on. Let me blaze up this Saunders pack and let me hear why King P thinks Canelo scores a TKO stopping.
All right, listen. Unlike Pat, my heart, my head, my ears, my nose, every part of my body is with Canelo. Pause. Pause.
Yeah. Exactly. Pause.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yes. Pause. You know what I meant. Anyways, yes, I'm 100% think Canelo's going to win this. I think Saunders will give him trouble for the first 4 or 5 rounds. I'm not as high on Saunders as y'all are. I think he has skills, but I don't think he's that skilled. I think by the 5th round, Canelo will have him down with timing, and he's hittable, especially to the body, because I've seen him hit to the body a lot, and Canelo will touch him up with the body. I don't think he's gonna knock him down, or I don't think we'll even get a knockdown or anything, but I think he's gonna hurt him a couple times to the body, and I think it's a clear Canelo win.
Yeah, but in terms of clear Canelo, do you think he's gonna knock him out, or you think it's gonna be a wide decision? Like, what are we talking about here?
I say 117, 111.
Oh damn!
I think Saunders will have his moments, but I don't see it.
Yeah, because the one knock against Billy Joe Saunders, he doesn't have the punch that'll probably bother Canelo. He has some pop, but probably not enough pop to actually bother Canelo.
Honestly, I would even go so far as to say I feel like Saunders would have had a better chance at 160 than 168.
Oh yeah, 160. Yeah, and I definitely agree with that though. But now, Canelo seems to be hitting his actual physical prime at 168, and Saunders hasn't really lit up the world at 168. His 2 168 fights. Although he won them. Well, no, his title winning fight he was losing. Of all things.
Hell no. Nah, he did not lose though. He beat that dude's ass.
No, but he was losing on the cards, bro.
Oh no, you're talking about the one. The title winning one was before that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Murray. Yeah, Murray he beat. Yeah.
No, nigga, no, man. The title one was the Ifisu.
Nah,
that was before the uppercut.
You're right. Yeah, he definitely won that fight. My bad. Yeah,
the other one he had, it was the Wilder one in the defense. He had the.
That was on
the struggle.
Yeah. That was the one he was struggling because he didn't look like he was.
And Murray was just Murray. Like that wasn't supposed to be anything.
Yeah, he beat Murray, and he actually attempted to try to put Murray away, but he just really couldn't because he didn't have the power to do that. That's the only thing that's the only thing that I'm thinking that's the only difference. But will it be enough where Saunders can actually be dialed in for 12 rounds and dance around the ring? Because everyone likes to reference the Lemieux fight for him. So that's actually that's like his signature fight now. Everyone likes to reference that.
Because that's his magnum opus win.
It's his magnum opus. Yeah, that's like.
But then again, it is Lemieux. But
Yeah. Personally, I would rate the Andy Lee fight as his better win. You know,
Nah.
Me
I
too.
mean, I think Lemieux was the more dominant win.
Nah, Andy Lee he dropped Andy Lee twice. It was just a boring fight,
Even
and
though
less people saw it.
Andy Lee still had his moments. He had more moments than Lemieux. Lemieux was completely outclassed.
12 rounds looking foolish.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but the thing, I mean,
But
well,
Andy Lee ranks higher as a fighter, though.
yeah, I mean, Lemieux. I mean, it was. I mean, if he had at least dropped Lemieux a couple of times, you know, I'd be. But I mean, Lemieux, he just looked kind of slow just because he couldn't catch him, couldn't do anything to him. So he did ring around the rosy and boxed his head off, you know, and you know that's. But everyone's. But yeah, I think that's the fight that's like fresh on everyone's mind because it was an HBO fight. So everyone's thinking, oh yeah, that's what he's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do against Canelo. Oh man, Ayo, what are your thoughts on this fight?
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be the best fight we've seen in a decade. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
God.
The hyperbole tonight, jeez.
I'm just
He
playing.
on that Saunders pack too.
It's an intriguing matchup. I mean, they're both champions. They both got their flaws outside the ring and even inside. But I mean, I think it can go both two ways. Either, you know, Canelo probably shows another level that his opponent can't reach, or we see we see the best BJS we've seen in a long time, and he brings it to him. But the cards will probably be nicer to Canelo at the end of the day, either way. So,
Well, it depends now because he doesn't have because you know there's no plot armor. There's no Golden Boy plot armor.
The matchroom plot armor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just a different title, same story.
See, the thing is, we don't know how strong it is. See, that Golden Boy plot armor, that's been proven for years.
Yeah. I mean,
Matchroom, we don't know yet. He ain't had to really test it on Matchroom yet.
Yeah, I mean, the Golden Boy plot armor got Canelo a draw in the Mayweather fight when everyone pretty much
that was wild.
When dude did win like probably no more than 2 rounds in that fight.
Yeah, maybe 2. Yeah, that was wild.
So we have to see where the matchroom because you know Billy Joe Saunders is a matchroom fighter himself.
Yeah,
so.
he is. Yeah, I mean, I think
he's being like kind of holed up though, like you know, her and complaining, talking about he hasn't been trying to promote or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's just focused.
Yeah.
And you see Canelo promoting.
Yeah, Canelo promoting his ass off. But the funny thing is too is like usually the zone be doing all these like you know they've done like no like behind the scenes segments on this fight like whatsoever, like not even one. And Saunders is a lightning rod for fuckery.
So, yeah, his personality too. Yeah, I don't know why he's being quiet about this shit. Maybe he's locked in, tuned in. Right?
I mean, he was more. I mean, even when he was about to face Andre, like dude, when they released them segments, dude was full of fuckery. Like dude was talking all types of cash in and everything like that. Like here's like none of that shit. It's only like yesterday that I actually saw commercials for it during the PBC card where it's like they kept on mentioning Canelo and Saunders. I was like, that might actually be the first time I actually saw that shit on TV.
Is it on nighttime? Is it like a prime time, like nighttime or earlier? Do you know?
It was. I mean, the commercials were during prime time.
I'm talking about the Canelo fight. Is it early in the day or is it like later, like nighttime for Canelo versus Saunders?
You think it's regular time?
It's regular time.
Oh, regular time. Oh,
yeah,
they over here.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't going no damn Egypt or wherever the Saudi. The fuck dude from.
Yeah, Canelo ain't going to the UK.
Yeah, UK. Yeah, what the fuck I said Egypt?
Well, I mean, Eddie Hearn is now above staging fights in Arabic countries.
No, he's about like using Arabic countries as bait for Dubai is gonna give us this for this fight, like.
Well, I mean, for the most part, he's actually been on point with that. So you can't really say that he's
I don't trust it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just heard it so many times that when somebody brings up Dubai or Abu Dhabi or any of these, I already give it the side eye off rip until I actually see it happen.
It's the new Pacquiao Crawford.
Yeah, I mean, before it used to be Bob Aaron and Macau and shit. Yeah. It's just different countries. Some countries always willing to blow all the money in their coffers to actually to give to 2 fighters. You know what I mean?
Because they being greedy, man. Look, they could probably make that fight right now for 100 mil in the UK and eat off the back end, and both will probably take home 85 mil on the back end total.
Exactly.
But they're being greedy.
Yeah, y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy.
Ladies, yo, R.I.P. DMX, real shit. Because look at it this way. Do you think boxing fans, and I'm speaking to my UK bros, do y'all think y'all want to see that fight in the arena with no fucking alcohol, no drinking?
Yo, why are you so hung up on that?
Like, you serious? Like, honestly.
I mean, you can't have any UK fights without drinking and singing "Sweet Caroline." You know, that's
Dude, it's the ultimate UK fight. It's not any UK fight. It's the UK fight. And you're gonna say, look, boys and gentlemen, no drinking. You feel like this is like Winter versus Hatton. Like,
I mean, so it just bees like that, bro. To me, it's not. That doesn't make much of a difference. To me, I'm more concerned whether the card is on point or not.
I mean, me too, but it's a top 3 concern.
I mean, it'd be a concern if I actually had, tickets to go to Dubai, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I need, I want to get all types of Hardican in my system before that, and I realize I have to get blitzed before I go to the fight.
It just sounds like some PBC shit with the whole, 2 guys from Cleveland. How you fight in Alaska? The polar bears, nigga. You got Eskimos in the background looking like a fucking Street Fighter level, and you're like, y'all could have just had them fight in Ohio. But anyways, back to this fight, man. But yeah, they not really promoting this shit. And honestly, I think Saunders is going to surprise a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah, I did too. Like, I mean, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to stay with. I'm going with my prediction. I'm thinking Saunders is going to win a close, like, split decision or something like that. I'm going to go with it. Fuck it.
Oh my god, this guy!
I said for years that Saunders, as much as I can fight, I might as well not. I might as well can't. I don't want to really change my do something, change my opinion.
What about you, LB? Who you think gonna win?
I think Saunders will get a majority decision.
Oh wow! I guess me and Pierre rocking. I'm going 116 to 112 for Canelo.
Yeah, and I'm going 117 111.
You're gonna see a damn maybe 114, 114, and then you're gonna get a 115, 113, and I think another 115, 113.
Or no, excuse me, a 115, 114, because they be. I mean, there's always gonna be that judge that be giving them liberal.
Oh yeah, there'll be like some crazy judge. There'll be like a 115, 111 or some shit.
Yeah.
A 115, 114. Yeah, we seen these damn crazy Larry Merchant scores now.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, yeah, because look, man, I think people gonna look at the Saunders. Besides, when you look at all the styles right now that Canelo has at fought, and I know I say Andre is like the style, the size, the style, everything, the attributes. That would be the worst matchup for Canelo. After that, I say Saunders. Then number 3, I would say Caleb Plant.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I say Caleb Plant is number 3 because I don't think he's as proven as Andre and Saunders. And I know people gonna be like, man, but Andre didn't fight nobody. But his resume is better than Caleb Plant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So one thing Saunders has a quality in him, I think that Andre and Plant don't have. He's like a fighter. Like if he's gonna dig deep. Like if you're gonna start whooping his ass and really giving it to him and putting it on him, he's gonna fight you back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Caleb Plant, he's not really gonna do that. Andre, he'll try to box you back, or he'll try to counter, or he might just let you kind of do your thing and he'll just wait you out. Saunders is gonna fight him back, and I think that's what's really gonna fucking take Canelo out of his comfort zone, where he's gonna have to be in the second gear, where he just can't stay in this whole stalker mode, and I'll just see what I can do, and, throw the jab at you, and take your bait and counter you, and you'll be scared to throw punches, da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, I'll win, lopsided decision that way.
Yeah, I mean, there won't be no plotting forward, hitting on the forums and shit like that. Because, like I said, Saunders, if he doesn't watch you hit him, you're not going to hit him. Like, you can't really plot forward on Saunders like that.
His footwork is excellent.
Yeah.
See, Laura's footwork was good too, but Laura forgets his offense once his footwork starts going.
And unlike Saunders, Laura actually has actual power, but
exactly. And Trout footwork was good, but the thing is, he throws too many throwaway punches.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, obviously, we've seen Canelo beaten, we've seen him nearly beaten. There are ways that Canelo can actually.
We've seen him beaten like 3 times already.
Yeah,
I don't know what's a big deal. Like, some people might say 4 for the Lara fight. So
yeah. I mean, the Lara fight still. I mean, that still rages. That's still a discussion that rages on to this very day.
Yeah, I actually had Lara winning that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, you won't be, and like I said, no, and like I said, everyone will say, "Oh no, Canelo." I mean, pretty much. I mean, as long as the only loss, obviously, everyone seems to, is to Floyd. That's his official loss to Floyd, and
it's that Golden Boy plot armor though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he basically got whooped, and then that's, but yeah. There should be other losses, but that's a whole nother discussion altogether.
They already thinking about the Caleb Plant fight. They already trying to negotiate that. They looking past Saunders. All I'm saying is this.
It seems like Plant don't even want that though. I mean, maybe he won't turn down the money and things. But when I was watching the interview yesterday, it don't even seem like he's interested in Canelo.
Nah, you're just looking at all these boxers in this era act now. It's not that nobody wants anything. It's just niggas is too cool for school now.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, yeah, I could fight him for $6 million later this year. Or I could just fight some jobber for $1 million.
Right.
On Fox PBC.
Oh, it's the old. Why would you fight Sean Porter or Keith Thurman when you could fight a Ron Salka?
Yeah, so and it's like no one really cares about their legacy. So when they hear potential fights, it's like, in due time, whatever, I'll take it. So yeah, even though dudes seem like he don't care, they're still trying to make that fight. They looking past Saunders. I'm just looking at this. The stars are aligning right now. Everybody over there in that gym, they've been winning their fights, but they've been struggling way more than they supposed to. Mm-hmm. Brian Garcia damn near got knocked out. Mm-hmm. Andy Ruiz damn near got knocked out. Mm-hmm. I ain't saying Canelo about to get knocked out, but he might take the L or look real bad because I'm seeing a little trend. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, and then also, I mean, and then the other plot armor that hasn't been mentioned yet is the whole Mexican and British fighters thing that's been going on lately. It seems like lately every top-rated British fighter or notable British fighter that faces a Mexican fighter is beginning body something serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, hell, it even happened on the Matchroom card. We'll discuss in a little bit.
It stays happening right now. Fucking the Caleb Smith, Luke Campbell, Josh Warrington.
Yeah. It's definitely. I mean, it's a thing. Like now, it's like, will Saunders break the curse, or is will that plot armor be in effect? For Canelo, and like, okay, you know what? I'm Mexican enough. I can knock Saunders out any given time.
No plot armor needed here.
I mean, we'll see, but if and I know all y'all niggas out there listening, I'm just gonna hold hands and pray that me and Pat ain't right about this fight.
You know what I'm saying?
You will never, and I mean never, I'm clearing my throat because I have to say it, and never, ever lay this down.
Absolutely.
You never let us live any of your predictions down.
This one is not. This one's on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're gonna be worse than Pat and Salido. Oh my god. Oh.
Dude, like, look, I'm worse now with fucking Fury and Wilder. So, and I don't even
Pat
hate
can't
nobody
even,
in that shit.
and I mean, Pat can't even say nothing because he flip flop. He hedged his bets with this prediction, so he can't say nothing.
Yeah, nigga,
You
don't drop
okay?
no verse and then talking about Canelo split decision. Podcast you don't listen. It remixes shit. And you know, just for the chance of it, and Saunders might win. You don't want to fucking be like, damn, I picked him, but then I switched my pick at the last minute.
Nah, don't no. There ain't none of that. Like no, because I already wrote up my shit for Canelo Saunders. So there ain't Saunders is my pick there. It's gonna reflect it on that damn video. So no.
Y'all niggas wouldn't let us get the Golovkin. So we'll take the Saunders win.
But the only thing I will complain about too is just again like this is a card. Like I mean, obviously this is a super fight, and we don't have too many super fights in 2021 because there's a lot of fuckery going on. Again, super fight signed, but that's a whole nother conversation. But this card should at least have something on there, like a notable co-main or something.
Jesus, boring ass fucking undercard, man. I don't see shit on here. Anything I don't want to watch, to be honest.
Damn, this is like worse than
What time does
BBC
this
Fox
start again?
levels.
What time does this start again?
I mean, it's probably gonna be like regular time. Like, it might be like 7 or 8. I actually don't know. I mean, I don't know. Usually,
Canelo ain't gonna fight till like maybe 10 o'clock then,
or 11.
Yeah,
or 11.
Yeah, 11.
We'll just tune in or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, they for crying out loud. I mean, honestly, I don't mind the light flyweight because, like I said, the little guys begin and end. But it's kind of you just need like a stronger co-main because, like, you have the attention of the whole box world on you. You got to have a stronger fucking card. You know what I mean?
Is Cesar Martinez fighting on this?
What's that?
Is Cesar Martinez fighting on this?
No, I thought he would have too. Like he would have been perfect. But no.
Jeez, man, like.
the only notable fighter. I mean, other than his prospect, Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn Davis. Yeah.
I mean, Frank Sanchez is probably the only other notable fighter.
They keep trying to push him on us. Like, chill.
Yeah, he was on PBC cards, and now because he's friends with Canelo, he's in his camp. He gets all the prime spots now, and who he's facing too is like a throwback to a previous heavyweight era, Nagy Aguilera. Like, dog.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like I'm serious. Like, I mean, I haven't heard that dude's name spoken in a long fucking
For
time.
real, like.
That's wild. Damn.
Nah, that was a 3-for-1 deal. Like, he came with the Chisora Areola plan.
Yeah, and like I said, that dude lost to everybody. Aguilera, he lost to Adamek, Areola, Tarver, Mo Harris, Sam Peter.
Yeah, he's like the Zuri Lawrence.
Yeah, like the only notable person he's actually beaten is he actually knocked out Oleg Maskayev and won, and that was probably like a fluke because Maskayev's chin is terrible, But yeah, it's like when you have someone like that on your card, it's like, come on, like really? I mean, even Gerald Washington's beating him.
Damn.
Yeah.
So fuck this undercard. So at the end of the day, y'all think the King P think Canelo gonna dominate Saunders and wipe his ass with him, win a lopsided decision, no controversy, just boom, better performance than Caleb Smith. Pilot saying he gonna win a good solid decision, right?
It'll be a slightly more competitive Caleb Smith fight, I guess. I mean, so I think.
Yeah, 116, 112.
Yeah, just about. I think.
And Pat going for the split decision.
Mm-hmm.
And Shutter majority decision. Okay,
yeah.
So, we'll see what it is. At the end of the day, we think it's going to be a close fight.
But one thing, it's definitely not going to be people. It's not going to be no damn fight of the year slugfest type of shit. It's
no.
I mean, that's obvious. Obviously.
Yeah, yeah, like this is what I know. Like I mean, yes, it's an important fight for the division, and yet and yes, it has a whole lot of like it could affect the future of different fighters. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not like the one thing I'm not getting my hopes on is thinking it will be an exciting fight. I mean, it could be. I mean, on paper,
It'll be better than the Laura fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it'll be better than the Jacobs fight.
Oh yeah, definitely a Jacobs fight. Good lord.
So yeah, it'll be good enough. I'm telling you, it'll be better than the Caleb Smith fight. And look, y'all gotta remember, Canelo don't be getting no damn good fights like that.
Yeah, his groupies would beg to differ.
Like this nigga like for a Mexican warrior, like this nigga got like maybe a handful of decent fights that are rewatchable. Less than a handful. I'm just saying. So
I mean,
anybody expecting Saunders fight to be like Gotti Ward, lay off that meth.
Yeah. But then of course most of the recent British Mexican fights have been lit for all the wrong reasons.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Like Reynoso doing something in that camp because everybody getting into some exciting fights.
Fact.
So let's see. Shit. May as well jump into the last one you had.
Segway. Oh man. Yeah, Reynoso. Yes, PBC. The all Mexican pay-per-view. Yes, it was more entertaining than it should have been. But before I go into that main card, though, I gotta go into the prelims card for that card, specifically just one particular fight. The Laura fight. Now, when we all said that Laura, we've mentioned Laura so many times, and on this podcast already, he was on there again. I never realized that dude was actually 38 years old, man. Like, God, he's really been around for a hot minute.
You're 38 and you still boxing. Ugh.
They put him on the prelims against Cornflake Lamana. Now, obviously, when I said this on the previews, it's a collective groan because it's like, the fuck, But and then what was worse is they put one of the GameStop titles on the line, and then. Well, I mean, obviously it turned out the fight was absolutely no contest, and bam, Laura put his lights out with one left hand. Shocking.
I've eaten Frosted Flakes more durable than this cornflake.
And then afterwards, and the funny thing too, the only thing I found funny was Brian Kenny was on there. Like, damn near ripping apart the WBA GameStop belt. I was like, I'm sure Alan was not like that. Because on the PBC universe, Laura is the WBA middleweight champion, not Murata. What I'm saying? But yeah, PBC, like, if you wanted to put, Laura is, obviously I think the plan is, Laura's probably being built up to either face Charlo or maybe a Hurd rematch or something like that. Because PBC's middleweight division needs to be like...
Yeah, let him face the guy that ruined him in the first place.
Hey, Hurd's not looking too hot himself lately, so...
May as well feed him the Charlo so you can at least sell that as the best career win.
That's also true. Yeah, you're not smart, to put... But yeah, it didn't need a belt on the line, and no one believes that LaManna was actually some sort of middleweight contender. So yeah, PBC, y'all gotta get together on that. You gotta put Laura in a really challenging fight next time.
It sounds like he has like some type of retirement plan where he gets these bullshit fights that he mains events, and he gets paid a bag, and it's like an easy night work, and he just goes about his business.
Yeah, and that's enough of that. He's had too many of those damn fights.
Yeah, like too many, like Jake Paul fighting harder people. Like, come on.
I'm saying, they need to get it together. But yeah, that's also another segue into another person who I think is fighting on a retirement plan. One Chris Areola, who in the main event, is facing, former heavyweight champion of the world, Andy Ruiz Jr.
But I thought he was about to say Omar Figueroa.
Oh no, we'll get to that.
And that would have been correct.
That would have been correct too, Bob.
Because it's like how you jump from you had to speak on Laura, but then you jump to Chris Areola. Like, damn.
Well, for one thing, I don't think Omar's on any retirement plan. Like Areola and Laura.
He just sucks at 147.
Yeah. But we can talk about Figueroa now. I mean, I was just, but that Figueroa fight. I'm sorry, but I was very low key disgusted at that fight. I mean, Abel Ramos
That was a confusing ass fight.
was that? What'd you say?
That was a confusing ass fight. I didn't see how he was fighting like that.
Yeah, like honestly, I mean, it looked like that Omar trained himself for the damn fight. Like he probably worked with his sister to get his weight down, and then he trained himself for the goddamn fight. Like I have no idea like what the fuck he thought he was doing. Like seriously,
the boxing style he was doing, that shit was not working.
Yeah,
it seemed like he would work in spots, but then it's like he wasn't throwing enough to make it work. Like.
Yeah, the only time I ever saw something like that where I thought a fighter trained himself was that Hopkins-Shumanev fight, where Shumanev was out there, doing kung fu stances and letting Hopkins like knock his ass down with counters and shit. And that's what it looked like to me. It looked like Omar had no style. I mean, Omar had a different style. Like he was a devil may care type of fighter. Like dude used to slug it out, and he had power. But he had power at light.
He didn't want to keep both hands up. It's like he wanted to just like, look, I'll show you my own boxing style, and I'll win that way. And you'll never tell me anything again. Like this shit failed, bro.
Yeah, because what happened was Abel Ramos timed his ass and pretty much he had to feel that. I mean, he was like, man, I didn't realize it was going to be this easy. And Ramos was just. I mean, he was lacing him with like rights. And
the only reason he was able to time him because Figueroa stopped throwing punches.
He was over here doing that.
Yeah, you can't time somebody if they're throwing punches. Like you see him, you know how hard it was to damn time fucking Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Figueroa on that level, but just the whole fact that just the swaying, that back and forth shit, like.
Yeah, and it's not like Ramos is a feather fist. Like Ramos was.
He got popped.
Yeah, and you saw it too because Omar's face was all trademarked up, by like the fourth round. Like, and he made no adjustments. He didn't do anything to change what he was doing because it was like he was getting consistently lit up and was still doing that stupid Emmanuel Augustus imitation. Like, really. Yeah. And then then the end came when Ramos started. You know what? It's time to get rid of this dude. Like, dude started lacing his body something seriously, and Omar was just on the ropes doing that stupid shit. And it was like Ramos was just teeing up. I was like, yo, someone should really stop. It's like really pull this dude out of the fight. Like, he's clearly done. and shit, he was ready to go down anyways too. Like at the bell, like he was clearly ready to go down. And then, they stopped in the court because Omar started spitting up blood on camera.
He was getting embarrassed. Like, I know this whole family was probably just shaking their head inside. Like, he's low-key becoming, like, damn, Chavez Jr. now.
Yeah, but in this thing, like, I mean, I saw what I needed to say. Like, Omar Figueroa is finished as a fighter. Like, I honestly think, the years, the hard fights, and then, he had his personal problems, He had problem with alcoholism and whatnot.
The
layoffs, weight gain. Like I honestly think that dude is like he's done.
And I don't know if he all there mentally, man. Because that damn whatever the fuck he was trying to do in that boxing ring was just weird as fuck. Like.
Yeah, because that's not how he fights, dude. It's like, I mean, that's
he's some shit like that that's similar, but not all. He never really dedicated to it like he did that time.
Well, because Omar's never been Omar's one of the few people that I say like, man, this dude really needs to box. Like, dude be making fights a little bit too difficult sometimes. Yeah. And because his defense has never been great, so I think that might have been his attempt to actually have defense.
But he has the power because the thing is, when he was letting his hands go early, like he was buzzing Ramos.
Yeah.
Remember, a lot of people was kind of overhyping this fight, saying there was going to be a war and this thing. Remember, we had the poll and shit.
Yeah.
Niggas was hyping up this fight, and it didn't, it didn't live up to it. Like, honest to God.
Yeah, no,
the role has been done for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a sad ass whooping. Like ass whooping that he didn't need to take or he shouldn't have took. and I mean he's lost 2 in a row. I mean he's lost to Ugas, who he lost widely to Ugas, and now he got knocked out by Ramos for the first
And
time.
then he got a gift against Molina.
Yeah, I mean, so really, his last real clear win was against Robert Guerrero, and that was like
exactly. After that, it's like there's a downward spiral.
Yeah, it was sad watching that fight. It was really sad because it's like, I mean, Omar should have never gone up past 140, but how it goes. But I think dude is food now if he continued.
Yo, just get behind Brandon Figueroa and get to them heights you couldn't ascend to.
I hope his brother. I hope his brother actually watches that fight and realizes, man, I need to make sure I get my defense straight. Because I
don't fucking embarrass myself like this guy.
Yeah.
Because I know when they went to their faces in the crowd, you could tell they was embarrassed.
Yeah, they were like, because they saw the future. It's like, I mean, he doesn't have he doesn't have a future in boxing no more. So, but hey, at least Omar Figueroa actually had, he did win a world title, right?
Yeah. True, and he's gave us some classic fucking fights. So I don't be too hard on him because he did provide some great entertainment. Yeah, and I don't want to see him take no more beatings and shit, man.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for Jorge Cota too. Like that was a fight that was already that was bullshit.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that
Fedora. I feel like just even talking about that is like eating him up even more.
And Fedora didn't even look that good, honestly.
He didn't.
He's a knockout waiting to happen soon.
Yeah, highlight reel KO in the making for sure.
Somebody's gonna hit him with a counter left Maravilla style. Like
he's gonna
Paul Williams.
He's about to fall like a tree.
Counter everything.
He's gonna fall like a tree for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, dude is just ripe to get annihilated by somebody at 154. It is coming too. But that was another fight. I was just like, man, Cotto just stays taking these ass whoopings on TV. They need to cut all this shit out.
If he was in his prime, he would have probably won that fight because he landed too many good shots on Fundora within that short amount of time.
I don't get why the ref stopped it. I mean, he should have stopped it a little earlier, but why did he stop it right when he landed an overhand? That
I don't think he saw that. I don't think he saw the punch by Cota.
Oh, and that was his.
Yeah, because that was just bad time. Like if he had waited maybe 15 seconds, if he had stopped it 50 seconds earlier, that would have been okay. Yeah, that would have been perfect.
That would have been okay. Yeah, right now.
Yeah, because Cota was getting his ass whooped by that time.
He let the nigga get back into the fight, then he's like, "Oh no, wait. This is going according. This ain't going according to plan."
Yeah. But it was sad to watch. But I think it was a fight that was needed because the opener had the young Ramos against Javier Molina. And I mean, I'll give props to Molina though. Javier Molina took an ass whooping, but didn't go down. Like he took some shit in that fight. But he still had enough to actually give Ramos a whole bunch. Get some trouble, something at least to think about. So I mean, it was enough to like, okay, Jesus Ramos has some things he needs to work on some more, and Molina at least he increased his standing a little bit. Although that picture that I saw on Twitter of him taking off his boot and had that nasty ass blister was gross. I almost puked. That was so fucking gross. Yes, boxers. Yeah, for people who box, you gotta make sure you buy some comfortable shoes, man. Ugh, God.
Yeah, that shit must be like grown feet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But the undercard, like I said, it
was big, yo. The undercard was big as fuck. The best fight was the worst. Was the one we shitted on the most.
And that's also true.
Fundora Cota.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So that's saying how that's trash, right? And overall the card, like, look, this needed to be on a fucking regular Fox. Like, know how many young Mexican children y'all could have inspired when they see that main event.
Mm-hmm.
Or just y'all really wanted to do something to the culture and really showcase that Mexican heritage and everything on a wider scale.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should have had a regular TV, but after Chris's ran, I doubt that would have worked. Y'all would have just been really deep.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because before like the day of the fight, like me and my wife was actually talking about that. I was telling her like, yeah, remember that guy that we used to watch and we used to eat some Chris afterwards? She's like, yeah, like that nigga still fighting. Like word, like yeah, tonight. She was like, I wonder what he gonna say. I was like, man, I don't even know, man. Like I doubt he say anything, but man.
But yeah, no, I mean that was just the one. I mean, yeah, he definitely went off in the post fight rant, but how the fight went, I was just like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, because I was WhatsApping LB about the shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? What is this? You would think though. I mean, because the whole thing is like, Ariel is 40 years old. He's coming off a war, a punch fuckery with Kanaki. Like everything is aligned in the stars where Ariola should have been knocked out, per se. Like he should have been knocked out. And you think
skinny, fat, like he's in the best shape of his life, but you don't know if he's truly in shape.
Right. And then you have Ruiz, and they need to stop doing all this Photoshop angle shit with him. I'm sorry, like, or having him
sucking in his fucking gut. That's why. He's still like a fat fuck.
Yeah, like he definitely weighed less. He's like 30 pounds less. But he was still 250 something pounds. I mean, that's not his lightest weight ever. Like his lightest weight is in his 240s. So it's like, y'all gotta stop doing with these damn pictures and
they try to really make it seem like he lost weight. Like when I seen him, I was like, hold on, this is the nigga from the Joshua fight.
Like he looked, and honestly, he looked in better condition in the first Joshua fight than he looked like in this fight. Really. Yeah. And it's just thing too with Reynoso. Like I mean, it's like I said, not every fighter can beat Canelo or do what Canelo does. And I know that and in this particular case, I mean, I know Valdez. He had his breakthrough recently, and it looks like that. But after some difficulty, it looks like Ruiz is going to have that same difficulty too. But there's no way did I expect skinny fat Ariola to hurt Ruiz plenty of times in this fight and knock his ass down too. Like, if you had told me that the only person who'd go down would be Ruiz in this fight, I would have said you was crazy. Like
Ruiz was getting bopped up. Like, dude was damn heeling and towing.
Yeah.
Damn city boying. Like, he stayed, like, man, early in the fight, he was getting knocked around. Like,
he looked bad early, yeah.
Yeah, because I think Ruiz was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in and we'll wade in. So I think, he was probably thinking like, I'm gonna do what I did to Joshua in the first fight, and then Ariola, like I said, landed a monster right hand behind the ear, and then he kind of like went to a split or something like that. But yeah, he felt real awkward, like. No, but they used to say they were trying to say, oh, he got he got hit in the back of the head. No, that was a legal shot as anything.
Hold on, are you talking about the Chisora knockdown?
No, nigga, I'm talking about the Ruiz Ariola knockdown.
I thought that was like a straight up like punch to the face. Like that was like a awkward like.
Yeah, it was like side of the head type of shit too. Like I mean, I know people on Twitter were saying that was behind the head. But I was like, no, that wasn't behind the head. That was not.
Like Ruiz ran into that shit.
Yeah, it was like he tried it. He tried it. I'm thinking to myself, man, and LB's telling me, plot armor. this is how it goes.
Yeah, because I hit all y'all niggas over the Carimo glitch.
Yeah. Yeah, and if the loss actually happened, trust me, that article would have been circulated, like crazy today about that.
Damn, like I ain't got a chance to say Carimo glitch since the damn Crawford meme machine.
But I mean, shit, it damn well might well have been a career mode glitch because, like I said, Ruiz.
Hell yeah, it was.
I mean, Ruiz is
he
still
was supposed to get dropped. Yeah, Ruiz, multiple times.
Yeah, Ruiz is still looked upon as one of the, supposed to be one of the top heavyweights, heavyweights in boxing today.
Yeah, he top 5.
Yeah, top 5 at least, and he's getting knocked around by someone who's been finished for like the last 5 years now.
Who was top 5 like 15 years ago?
I'm saying
maybe.
And I'm thinking to myself, this shit is fucking crazy. And then, even after knocking Ruiz was still getting hurt, Like he looked more unsteady on his feet than I've ever seen in any of his other fights. Like he looked like Ariel was like really shaking him up. Until Ruiz was like, you know what? Let me not trade with this dude like that anymore. Let me just outbox. Let me just box from the outside and see what he does. And for some reason, Areola didn't make any adjustments after that. Like he just I don't know what made him so tentative. Maybe it was the 1-2-3 that Ruiz was throwing. Like he was spamming that 1-2-3 like repeatedly. I was like, he doesn't know any other combinations outside of that. Like I mean, Ruiz's punch his punch combinations are usually pretty good, but he was spamming the same 1-2-3 all the time.
Man, let's be Ruiz regressed.
Yeah,
he hasn't looked good since the damn first Joshua fight.
Yeah, there was something. Yeah, because like his first PBC fight and the Joshua fight, those were great performances from him. Those were the type of performances I expected. I've always watched from him. Yeah, this one was.
Maybe I don't think Reynoso and Canelo really doing it over there like that. Although they hype it up and make it seem like, oh man, it's like the danger room from X-Men. We're training here hard, and I'm showing them defense and this, that, and meanwhile, every time these niggas get into a fight, they getting their damn skull cracked and shit.
Yeah, and like
Canelo better be lights out. I'm telling you. Your whole camp be looking vulnerable and shit.
Hell no.
Yeah, heavyweight look vulnerable.
Yeah, and truthfully, I mean, he's the latest heavyweight. Actually, no, there were two heavyweights that look two notable heavyweights that look vulnerable, and we'll get to the other heavyweight in a little bit. But it's just like, if you're supposed to be a top heavyweight, you don't struggle at any point with Chris Areola. You don't. A 40-year-old Chris Areola, you do not.
See, we wouldn't be getting on dude if he would have stopped Areola afterwards. Like, okay, yeah, because they would have just been looked at it like a Mexican standoff. Like,
right, yeah.
Mexican shootout. They would have just been on some, like, Areola dropped them, looked good for a little bit, and everybody's like, oh, shit. And then Ruiz wakes up and says, all right, fuck it, let me get serious. Boom, 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 knock him out.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like, this shit really went 12 rounds.
Yeah. And it wasn't necessarily in the 12 rounds. The second half wasn't necessarily exciting either.
Yeah, because the first half was good. Like when Areola was winning, that's when the fight was good.
Yeah.
when Ruiz started controlling it, it fell into a pattern, and it's like Ruiz, he didn't have the damn punch selection or the IQ, or maybe the gas tank. I don't know what it was. But he didn't have the extra gear to put Chris Areola out of there. And
right.
The thing is, Areola was keeping him too honest, too, because every now and then that light pole fucking jab would hit Ruiz smacked hard, or he'll walk right into a fucking right hand.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. Like, not even Joshua has snapped his head back the way Areola was doing. Like, Areola, every time he landed a jab, and it looked like he wasn't even putting any mustard on the jab.
Yeah, and it was like the effect. I'm like,
yeah,
goodness.
Yeah, I was like, what is wrong with him? Like, I mean, and Ruiz has a big ass head too. So when I'm saying that you can actually see his head snapping all the way back, that's something crazy. Like it,
yeah.
So I mean, it's like I said. I mean, Ruiz got the job done. At least it didn't end up on a loss on his record, but. He clearly lost a little bit in his standing. Like, I mean, it's hard to
leave untainted.
Yeah, like it's hard to say that this dude is like a top 5 heavyweight when you see something like that happen.
Yeah, because now it's like, like, does Ruiz beat Valin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the reason why is because you don't let Areola. Like, I mean, when the fact that Areola had enough, in the post-fight rant to talk about. He was ranting and, swearing his head off when he should have been like, you know what, man, I've been beaten by the better guy. I've been thoroughly beaten. I think it's time for me to retire. That's the type of shit that I should have been hearing.
Yeah.
If the ass whooping should have happened.
But why should these guys retire and later come back to get a Triller fight when you could just get the big fight now?
Exactly. And I've always said that heavyweights have had the hardest time getting rid of their older fighters. They don't do this very well.
Not this era shit.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's like I said, and now like we've had notable heavyweights that that suffered too many uh-ohs. Like Fury had Volin, Joshua had Ruiz, Wilder Fury, Parker with Chisora, which we'll talk about a little bit. White had Povetkin, and then even Luis Ortiz had Christian Hammer put hands on him. Like, and it's weird. It's a
all those niggas had losses though. You said Fury Volin like it was an like he ain't lose though.
Yeah, but Volin was a huge underdog, bro. Like that wasn't.
Yeah,
that
he had his areola performance.
Yeah, that was the era that I mean, no one saw that shit coming.
And it's like, damn, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like this era is like, wow. Like if you got guys who, fought Vitaly Klitschko and they're still competing at the highest level now.
Yeah.
What does that say about this era?
Yeah, I mean that means Areola has that means his 15 minutes is extended in a loss. And 2 losses.
And I ain't mad at this shit.
But it was like, I mean,
my man's. I mean, let's be honest. My man is running on 45 minutes right now. Like he's been past the 15 minutes.
This nigga got a whole hour documentary now.
He was past the 15 minutes with the Kanaki fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Facts.
And now
that was like
running,
17 minutes.
Yeah, so now I mean now he basically got enough time to do a 12 song EP, a 12 song album.
Facts. And Andy Ruiz is like he's at that one rapper like who had a good year, but then it's like you don't want to hear from him no more.
See, Fetty Wap, huh?
Damn.
Yeah, now it's gonna be like so obviously with the Kanaki fight, like the punch fuckery that happened if I had Kanaki actually losing afterwards. Now, obviously now with Ruiz after this fight, like did he will he lose after this fight? Like will it be another pattern where a hard fight with Areola results in a loss in his next fight?
Then the karma circle be complete.
Probably.
That's crazy how a guy like Areola is outlasting, the dudes like Kalnaki and Ruiz.
Yeah, this. Like,
it's just crazy. Oh, shout out to Official Scorecard Boxing. Oh, shout out to Rome. I just noticed that shit. Like, I ain't been looking.
Especially Official Score. He's definitely been on listening and shit. As he should though, salute to him.
Salute.
But it's just like, Ariel is like, it was like Ariel should be gone from this from boxing right now. But hey, I mean, he's going a distance with people who are so with prospects and former heavyweight champions. Keep him around, I guess. But I think it's just may delay the inevitable though.
Shit, but it's like he showed more discipline in this one fight than we thought Andy had going into this fight.
Yeah, like it's actually
he won the event really.
He did. Yeah, and this was an event where the crowd was chanting Andy's name like crazy, and then there were fights popping off.
Exactly. You just made me remember they booed Andy at the end.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was wild. They were just booing the shit.
Yeah, they did.
Booed his ass. So just imagine that's crazy. Like Areola, honestly, Areola just retire or parlay that into a thriller fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like and get your one last win payday and go off to the sunset. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like I said. I mean, you don't want to hear Ariel's talking about, I'm going to keep doing this boxing. So I know you don't want to hear that from someone who's had clearly he's taking a lot of punishment, and like I mean,
nightmare with Freddy Krueger looking.
Yeah.
But he's Ruiz nightmare for a while right now.
Yeah. Ruiz though has got to do some real rebuilding. Something needs to be done because, like I said, you didn't knock Ariel down, you didn't come close to knocking him out. Like you outboxed him, but you don't outbox Areola. You put him away. Yeah. Especially for a guy of your standing. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, this was like a misfire. So it
So
was like Andy Ruiz was supposed to be set up as like, shit, I think he's back. I think he's ready for a third fight with Joshua type shit.
or a fight with Wilder, and
Or a
now
fight with Wilder, but like you're barely fighting. You're barely selling a fight with damn
Now I'd rather see him versus Dylan White or some shit. Dylan White.
yeah, he barely selling that. I mean, maybe put him in there with Ortiz or Helenius.
Helenius.
That's easy to make. Yeah, you can do that. That's easy to make.
That's funny that Helenius probably has more upside now than Ruiz at this point. I mean, that's like you could probably say that people won't look at you too crazy.
Shit, he got one of the best wins now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Heavyweight division, man. It's so weird how it operates in this era. Like I said, I mean, the parody is nice, but some of the shit that's been happening is not so nice. You don't want your top heavyweights struggling with people that they should not be. They should be putting away with ease. Like,
yeah. Speaking of struggling, that heavyweight.
Yeah, no, that will go. Nice segue into our next card, the matchroom card. Featuring another former heavyweight champion, Joseph Parker, facing none other than troubled heavyweight Derek Chisora, and he is troubled because there was a lot of stuff going on before the fight with Chisora. Talking about he wasn't going to fight if he couldn't come out like second or some shit like that, or first or whatever.
So he pissed off everybody to justify robbing him at the end.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he definitely pissed off some people. I think his mom actually had to tell him, like, you have to fight. Just fight and stop the nonsense. And that's a true story.
Yeah, he didn't be talking about the fight though. All he did was just hype it up like he always does. Like, I don't know why people take him serious like that. It's this Chisora.
Well, I mean, outside of Chisora spitting in Vlad's face or getting glassed by David.
He smacked Vlad. He smacked Vitali too, ain't it? The same weekend.
Yeah, Chisora was a wild boy in his prime.
Fuckery with this guy, but even with that said, it's like he still won this fight hands down. Like it was clear as day. Like Parker, and I picked Parker to win, but it's like I'm having trouble giving him 6 rounds. Like he had like 4 rounds, maybe 5 at best. So even with 6 rounds, he got dropped. He still loses.
Yeah, dog. He dropped him in the first 10 seconds of the fight. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
And dude was hurt. Like his face was against the damn fucking ring post. I'm like, shit.
I was like, yo, this is some next shit's going on. I'm thinking to myself, this is already an upset brewing. And Parker, the way Parker fights, Parker likes to punch a lot, and he doesn't do it to a lot. But it doesn't work with really big punchers. Like anyone who's like a bruiser, like Chisora, that shit doesn't work all completely. So Chisora was letting him have it. Like, you tie him up, go to the body repeatedly. Like that was his whole strategy. Like it was, and Chisora, and like he was dropping so many rounds. Yeah, that's why you were right, LB. It's like it's hard to give this dude 6 rounds in the fight. At best you could probably give him maybe 4, maybe.
He lost the first 4 rounds.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the 5th round where it's like he kind of like, oh yeah, I'm a former heavyweight champion. I'm supposed to be the favorite.
Yeah. And he started fighting like it because Chisora was breathing hard in the second half. Like you could hear all the mics were hot. You could hear him in the corner.
Yeah, it was like that was like me. Chisora was like me the other day when it was the elevator wasn't working. I had to take the stairs. I went up 9 stairs and I was like,
you sounded like me.
Yo.
Yeah, his breathing was super hard, but honestly, he looked a lot better in this fight than he did against Usyk.
He did, because Usyk actually managed to hurt him a couple times. Parker, I don't think.
But he looked all sloppy and wild with Usyk. Like this fight, I felt like he looked better in a skill. He looked like his aggression worked, but it was more refined.
But then both of them were smothering their punches. Like you can see, especially, and it was driving me crazy. I was like, "Yo, give yourself back up. Give yourself some space to actually throw some punches." Like,
I mean, Parker should know better. Like,
yeah, but Chisora was doing because I think Chisora was trying to stay in his chest, like and throw, but Parker was tying him up a lot. Parker was tying him up a lot. But it wasn't until like maybe the last 3 or 4 rounds that Parker was like, you know what? I need to actually punch. I need to actually try to hurt this guy to try to get this guy out, to put them away.
And he still was doing a horrible job at creating space where he could really get leverage in his shots. And I don't know, man. Parker's just regressing. Like I don't know, man. Heavyweight division is like trash right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Because Parker is not. I can't. I don't like watching his fights. I mean, I've seen him live, so it's like I know how I definitely know how TDC is. Like I think he's only had like maybe one fight where he actually was motivated to actually put somebody away, And then the Dillian White fight was just a fight where because White was hurting him too much that he had to fight. Yeah, so he's like you don't like. I don't like watching his fights at all because his offense is it's mediocre and his boxing IQ doesn't seem to be up there. And isn't he with not McGirt or like was it McGirt or was it Andy Lee? I forget who had the. Which fighter had
Parker had Andy Lee.
Okay, yeah, Parker had Andy Lee. Yeah,
and that shit ain't seem to be working for nothing.
Yeah, like there was nothing that I saw. So yeah, I mean, I thought at the end of
get his money back. Nah, but at the end of the day, man, Andy Lee made his mark in the sport. Mm-hmm. Parker, he really hasn't like that. It's like. And although he's been a former champion, but he has to know better, man. When he's in the ring, like he knew what he needed to do. Man.
He just seems content, like he's scared to, like he doesn't want to throw or anything. I don't know. He just
doesn't want to take no chances.
No chances, yeah.
Yeah, let's say because it all depends too. Because I think you have to think White is the only fight that he actually took chances because White was hurting him a lot. So
he had to fight for his life.
Yeah. But yeah, this fight, yeah, I mean, Chisora is looks like he's a fading heavyweight. Like he shouldn't this is something he should have gotten rid of.
Yeah, remember his manager was like, man, Parker's gonna stop him.
Yeah.
Now look at that, the guy got a gift. Like you can't ever talk shit no more.
Yeah, he got a huge gift. Like I mean, because I saw the scores, like Now I thought Chisora won this fight probably like maybe like a one, like somewhere between 116, 112 to a 115, 113 type of score. Somewhere around.
Yeah, 116, 111 or 115, 112.
Yeah.
Even if you want to say 114, 112, but he won this fight clear as day.
Yeah. The fact that a judge actually gave Parker 116, 111 is just absolutely was mind-boggling right there. It was just like, yeah, it's like that's when like the fuckery was super in, giving that motherfucker 116, 111. There was no 116, 111 for Parker in this fight. Like, nah.
That's a crazy fucking gift right there. It's like you just went full-blooded, like full-blown, like you just dived into the gift.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like, yeah, I mean, I felt for Chisora too. Chisora went off on a rant and everything like that himself. Although his rant was he didn't cuss, he didn't no cussing out or anything like that. But you feel for Chisora because Chisora should have that should have been Chisora's signature win.
It should have been. Yeah, he was robbed of that. I'm tired of these fuck ass judges with that too.
Yeah, Matchroom did him super dirty like that, and it's like, and what are they gonna do for Parker? Like Parker clearly hasn't been moved any towards significant fights since the White fight anyway. So it's like, where's he gonna go after this? Like he can't beat, he can barely beat Derek Chisora at this stage. Like it's stupid. This shit's stupid. Like I mean, but I guess they're gonna. I mean, he's gonna be appointed for somebody, but it's only gonna delay the inevitable anyway. But just like Ruiz and Ariel, like the heavyweight that you expect that would have gone down,
Right. Yep. Same. Pretty much like LB said, it was the UK version of the heavyweight card we got, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least with the UK guard, though, we actually did the co-main event. Actually,
there was better matches on paper. It just didn't turn out good. You only had one fight that really was as good as advertised, and that was a co-main.
Yeah, it was.
That was a fight of the weekend, really. Okay. Significant wise and what we got.
Yeah, Katie Taylor and Natasha Jonas. Yeah, that was a good ass scrap. Like that was, and it started off slow, but when it picked up, it definitely picked up, man. And I know something about Katie Taylor. Like every single time that Katie Taylor's, she's always mentioning, oh yeah, it was a close fight, tough fight. Katie Taylor's had a lot of tough, close fights lately. Like,
I'm glad you noticed that because I said the same thing.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, granted, it's good because I mean she is match tough, so it's not like she's fighting some bullshit,
Yeah, but it is kind of getting a little tiresome having to see her just scrape by like every time. And yet people's calling her, the best female fighter in the world, and she's like barely scraping by these people. These females.
She's the Canelo of female boxing.
Damn.
Like, nah. She'll fight some good names, but she barely beat them or damn near just lose, and they give her the gift.
Yeah, because Jonas too, and I will admit that I didn't think Katie Taylor got to get him. I thought she did beat Jonas.
Yeah, it was like a 6 round, 6-4.
Yeah, exactly, 6-4.
Well, actually, it was 6-4, and then there was also a 5-4. There were 2 5-4-1s.
No, we're talking about what the real fight was with we saw, not the fucking judges.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Most of that scoring, like like we all like saw a 6 round, a 4 round fight. Like,
but
either way, you're leaning too much.
Yeah, and I'd say that, and it's not Taylor fought her ass off too. Like Taylor, because I think mostly because Jonas was too damn tentative early in the fight. And I think that was like Jonas's first mistake. Like she gave away too many of the early rounds, but she came firing back in the middle rounds though. She was rocking Katie to the to bloody her nose.
She was hurting her throughout the fight.
Like, into the body.
Like whenever she let her hands go, she was hurting Taylor.
Now, where the fight got lost for Jonas is the last 2 rounds. Like the fight was close after the 8th round, so Jonas honestly needed to keep it up for the last 2 rounds. I think Katie outworked her like significantly enough. I was like, damn it, like Jonas. I mean, she made it a fight in the final round, but I think it was just too late. I thought she just gave away those rounds with Katie, giving it like one final burst of whatever the second win that she got. And I was like, that's why I couldn't argue with a Katie Taylor win. Like it wasn't like a Pursoon fight where where most of us saw Pursoon winning in the first fight or some shit like that. So I would definitely love to see that fight again. Like I mean, it might actually turn out different this time around. But
I wouldn't mind a rematch.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't either, man. So it
was close enough. It was good enough. It warrants it. This women's boxing is just amazing. It's taking over. They saved the damn card because Eubanks boring ass fight.
The thing is,
Bivol performance was decent, but it just seemed like these niggas was fighting with no urgency. When you had Taylor and Jonas fighting like they're about to control the Marvel universe or some shit.
But you know what? You know what happened? Like
Bivol looks so mid, like so mid. Wasn't even funny.
Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, I agree with you, P, about like how he's becoming the point where he's basically so underrated. He's actually being overrated now because that wasn't really.
He was fighting a quality dude. It's just I felt like he doesn't go into that second gear. Like he need to get more aggressive because he was landing.
He doesn't go into the second gear. Yeah, he still pushes his punches. Like he's getting annoying to watch now. Like
Yeah, I think the big thing for me is
He landed some good shots on dude. He ain't push everything.
now, I think my big thing with both Bivol and Eubank is they play with their food too much. Like
Yeah.
both of them had points where they could have at least mostly Eubank. Eubank had like at least 2 shots where he could have taken dude out, but he kind of stepped back and and didn't do shit.
He just kept fighting like a fake ass Roy Jones with all the damn fake ass posturing and head cocked to the side. Like that shit was annoying. And it's like if you're gonna try to look like Roy Jones, you better fight like him and look good, or at least look good doing your own shit.
And put him away.
And put a guy away. Like
Yeah.
all this, you heard a guy back up.
Nah.
Shit was horrible to watch. Like it took me out of the whole fight.
Nah, Eubanks Roy Jones impersonations annoy me even more than Pascal's Roy impersonation.
Pascal is still trying to hit you with a big shot, and it's like you're like, "Alright, fuck it, he's rough," but it's like Eubanks was really feeling himself with that. Like you couldn't tell him he wasn't Roy Jones.
Yeah, and
I almost wanted Roy Jones to tell him like, "You're not me, nigga, chill."
Yeah, like I mean, I honestly, the second that this dude, steps up again to a top competition, he's gonna get embarrassed again. Like I didn't see anything. I mean, yeah, he still has a
Make the Charlo fight so Charlo could KO him if y'all not gonna get him Benavidez or somebody or a bigger fight.
Yeah. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired of both of them playing with their food. Like,
don't put Bivol and Eubanks back to back anymore on any cards.
Yeah, they definitely.
That's the worst back to back you could ever do. Like that's like putting
unless we're getting Eubanks, Charlo, and Bivol better be back to back. That's literally the
only way. That's like putting 2 monotone rappers on back to back on the same track. Like I don't want to hear like Mystical Busta Rhymes and then hear Joe Buttons and then Lloyd Banks or some shit.
Whoa!
Like, I'm gonna just throw out the whole clue tape. Don't give me Tech 9, DMX, Busta Rhymes, MOP, and then say, all right, throw on that Joe Buttons and Lloyd Banks.
Whoa. I'm not going to accept any Banks or Buttons slander here. Come on.
On that song full of legends that have energy and vocal presence, yes, you will accept it.
Oh shit! Yeah, you stupid.
And that's like Eubanks and Bivol. They was killing the momentum for the card, man. Like good thing Hatton came back and he did his little thing.
Yeah,
and he looked better than last time. But geez, like Bivol and Eubanks, man, like I think it's got to get it together. Like y'all look like mid-tastic.
Right. And now with Bivol too, it's like now all the light heavyweight champions all look mid in their last performances. Like now it's like there's crazy parity, and they're all killers too. Like they're both all of them are very capable of actually doing a whole lot worse to opponents though. But it's gonna be like who's actually gonna snap out of this.
Bivol's a good fighter. He ain't no killer. Stop it. Let's not say
he doesn't fight like a killer. He fight like a very educated boxer. Great jab. Good punch selection, but no second gears. Like he's a guy that he'll be hard to outbox, so you're gonna have to fight him. But he boxes so well, he doesn't really permit fights. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see who matches up with him. Like I would like to see like maybe a Callum Johnson be a good match for him.
Sounds like you're saying he's the 175 star.
The 175 who?
Postal.
Post who?
Yes. Postal.
Great value Klitschko. Postal. Hell no. Bivol is way better than Postal. Like honestly, 2 different levels of fighter. Like Postal, like first of all, Bivol's beating better fighters than Postal has.
Of course. Yeah.
Second of all, Bivol has a better jab. He's more athletic. Better work rate. He controls distance better.
He barely uses
better footwork. He what?
He doesn't use his athleticism like that. Like he
He
has
doesn't
more.
need to. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to match him up against with some killers. That's what I'm saying. Caleb Johnson will be a good fight for a guy like Bivol because he's gonna go after him and he got heavy hands.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur B Betterby would be a good fight, but if you want to see him in a good fight before Betterby, Caleb Johnson's a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, he's got he's gonna need another fight to impress because it looks like
Yeah.
Better than Joe
You
Smith.
got to see some type of danger threat to him because dude, he just boxes too soundly and no one takes him out of his comfort zone.
Right.
Yeah, like you have to really go at his ass, man. Like what my man said, if he's not being pressured, he stinks to join out. There you go. Official scorecard boxing science. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some guys like that. Like if you don't put them in the danger zone, they gonna just stink that shit out.
Yeah, and we all know, like I said, Bivol already has a win over Joe Smith, and I was there for it. Where he pretty much won 11 and 11 3/4 of the fight, and then the 1/4.
Yeah, and that 1/4, he almost got stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, this Joe fucking Smith here.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like I say, I think people just want to see more from Bivol. Like Bivol, fun things too is like Bivol came into this shit with knockouts. He hasn't knocked anybody out in 4 years, give or take.
He fights people who are tough, but I feel like he could push for him more. Like he could have stopped Joe Smith.
Yeah, what was the last time he got a knockout? The Barrera fight.
Yeah, the Barrera fight is last. Although to his credit, though, I mean,
Barrera, though.
Yeah, but I'm sure. I mean, he like I said, what LBC before. I mean, he fought Chilemba. Chilemba is hard to knock out. Pascal is hard to knock out. Joe Smith is hard to knock out.
Pascal, yeah.
Mm.
You gotta really have heavy hands and really be throwing bombs. You're not gonna be pushing your punches and having a jab fest knocking out Pascal.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he won. He won all those fights clear, but it's just like Yeah, I mean, but then like fighters like Castillo and Richards, you want to see at least some knockdowns, something of that nature, because they're not on that level of a Smith or a Pascal or a Chilemba, so you actually want to see something,
They better be running out of opponents. I'm sorry, not better be, but Bivol running out of opponents.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I know
that Caleb Johnson and better be, and after that better be. That's the best. And let's say some other names y'all trying to throw around at him.
I mean, he's trying to make the Canelo thing a thing. He's trying to make a Canelo fight. He's saying,
it's like, yo, man, like no one even looking at a Canelo fight right now. Like you just came back on the scene. You had a decent performance, but nothing screaming like, hey, this is the guy that could beat Canelo.
Right. Yeah,
we'll see. Like, so he might not even have a Canelo fight that Saunders is down with.
I'm saying.
So I ain't writing on nobody. We've seen too many upsets this year, like too much fuckery. And I know the UK is dying, and it's like, and the way I see Tyson Fury hanging with dude, like, nah, like there's something going on. Like, these niggas is vibing for that fight. They ready, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Hill all in Versace robes and shit. Like they taking somebody serious.
Yes.
Like they already getting ready. Like they know they won.
Oh, that's pure facts.
Man. So damn, that's it for like the recaps, right? Like I'm kind of done with that marathon matchroom card.
Yeah, no, same here. Yeah. So like the cards, like I mean, they didn't play out the way that we expected though. But it's boxing, So yeah, we hopefully that maybe we get a surprise for next Saturday. Regarding,
as far as I'm concerned, like the women's boxing and the Mexican heavyweight main event kind of for the story of the weekend.
They did.
Like I almost wish we could have just saw those two fights as like a back-to-back card, and that'd have been it.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of other mid with that.
Too much mid. Too much.
Yeah, like man, they trimming the fat this week for the Canelo fight. So we'll see. But I know y'all want to get into this fuckery with King P favorite fighter,
Yeah, I know King Fee. Yeah.
You want to start this one up, bro? This
Sure.
your guy?
Not my guy. I no baby killers in my stable. No killers. I don't have those type of killers.
Hold on, so it's a serial killer though. Like she was pregnant, right? That's two.
Yeah, she was pregnant. Yeah.
Double homicide.
It's a
Double
homicide.
homicide. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have actual killers in my stable. Just boxing killers.
Yeah, so I mean, if you've been under a rock out there, I mean, there's been a horrible tragedy down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, one involving Felix Verdejo. And it's funny too because some time ago we gave Verdejo some props, for being in the fight of the year against Nakatani, in which there was 4 knockdowns, of which Verdejo, unfortunately, he faded late and got knocked out.
In a fight that he was winning and should have won.
He should have won.
But stamina deficiencies and defense deficiencies, something that he should have been working on and improving instead of, getting into such lowbrow extracurricular activities.
Yeah, and instead of nutting in his side piece.
Yeah, and it's sad too. Like the story behind that is his side piece was someone he actually knew longer than his wife, but he continued the affair with his side piece while he was married. Hence, hence like sowing, planting the seeds in motion for the horrible incidents because the side piece got pregnant, and the unfortunate thing is now obviously everything is not played out, like everything's not set in stone where it's like, okay, this is what he did. But unfortunately, the incidents are playing out that way. So what happened was the side piece disappeared after some time. She was supposed to go into work, and then the manager of that job called the side piece's mother, saying, "Hey, she didn't come into work." And then, they found the car, and unfortunately, they found the body in a lagoon. Which is just sad because and then of course Felix Verdejo. I mean, obviously his car was involved in this. Like, I mean, this is 2021, people, and then Puerto Rico is an island. So yeah, I mean, there's always. I mean, it's very hard to not have any cameras on you of what you're doing or be able to not able to trace your steps.
And not only that, especially when you're a famous person.
Yeah.
Like you're known, like especially you're the guy that was supposed to be the next somebody, and when you're the next somebody, you're gonna have like all sets of eyes. You're gonna have the sets of eyes that are like looking at you on some like, I think he's gonna eventually turn the corner and make it. You got some people who gonna be looking at you on some, I'm just waiting for him to fuck up.
Yeah,
and so when you got those two sets of eyes on you, like you gotta move right, man. All he did was he made one of them a believer.
Yeah, and just following the incident on Twitter because I know it's like the whole every media outlet in Puerto Rico is on it, and I'm sure within a couple of days the American media will be on this as well. And then like the whole details behind it are just like awful. I know pilots circulated some of the details where. So, reportedly, Verdejo acted with 2 people, where Verdejo, allegedly hit her in the face a couple of times.
Punched her.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Punched her and knocked her out.
Until she was knocked out. And then Verdejo
injected something in her.
Yeah,
and
then
and
then tie her up to rocks or something like that.
He injected like a drug in her too?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, how sick? Like, you beat her up, then you inject her. It's like, what kind of mad scientist shit this nigga was playing? Like,
and then the worst thing about it is she actually woke up when she was in the water. Like, one of the things that was meant to sink her got freed, and then she came to from the drug. So they had to, make sure that she did drown.
So hold on, where they drown her in?
In a lagoon.
So hold on, so they held her, like, did they take a boat out there and keep her head down or some shit?
They launched the body off a bridge.
And then she drowned after that.
I believe so.
And he shot at her.
They shot her too? What the fuck? Were they trying to kill a demon or like a regular, like a person, a side piece?
Yeah.
It's like a whole bunch of shit. Like this is almost like torture now.
Yeah.
Did they have her in the fucking trunk and drive over a bumpy road? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck going on?
Yeah, it's all the deal's a whole messed up too. Because the fun things too is the dog, the side piece was going over to Video to tell him about the pregnancy results. That was the whole thing.
No, but didn't he know she was pregnant? I think he already knew she was pregnant.
Yeah, I think Vidal wanted to see for himself that the results were what they were.
Damn, there was like 1,000 other ways he could have handled this. Like,
yeah.
Jeez, bro. Like, like how you fuck up your whole life over this shit. Like, like you could. This is like, I know niggas might be like, well, he's trying to look at his career, but dude, your career been fucking up already. Like,
yeah,
she wasn't gonna make your career any worse, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You already fucked up like multiple chances. Like,
and it's not like it's not like what, you're afraid your wife's gonna leave you. If your wife is an accomplice to this, she's definitely not leaving you. So
right?
Come on, like stupid.
Yes, it's stupid. Like, I mean, he threw away his life for this. Like, I mean, no matter what, dude is going to prison. Like, I mean, there's no way, and because he was on the run for a hot minute, like they couldn't find his ass until I think as before we started this podcast, he actually turned himself into the authorities.
And he did, so he's locked up now.
He's locked up.
Yeah, he turned himself in.
He turned himself in like right before we started.
There's a video of him getting arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, this idiot! Like he's done. Like get this criminal off the streets. Yeah, turn your ass in.
Yeah, and I know Top Rank was like, they said it. I was like, we're very disturbed about this, and we'll monitor it. I was like, yo, Top Rank, you need to drop this guy. Like, I mean, like, yeah, but he's gonna be on world news within a couple of days. Like, they're gonna know.
They're done. They don't make no. My whole thing is like, he has like the worst friends ever.
Yeah, because all of them are like singing. Yeah, all of them are singing like canaries right now. Like, they found all his accomplices. They're giving the cops and the.
You can tell he didn't have no boxing friends, because some boxing friend would have been like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, you need to have your whole ass in the fucking gym. Didn't you lose your last fight? What you doing?" Like,
I guess maybe Nakatani knocked more screws loose than we thought.
Right.
Yeah,
damn, he put some like some Abuchi damn punishment on dude. Like, so he got some mind altering. Like, yeah, he's done. He caught a Valero whooping.
I mean, we all knew something was off too when Nakatani hit that burning hammer jab on him, and dude kind of flew into the ropes, like he has some issues going.
That shit was weird looking. I ain't gonna lie.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, so I mean,
damn.
But yeah, it was only. It seemed like it was only It was just only yesterday that we were all discussing for day. Like, how far do you think he would go in this sport when he was Top Rank's like biggest prospect at one time?
But he took too long to fucking go. Like, and you knew something was wrong with him because look, Top Rank, they know how to build fighters and make champions. They just don't know how to make stars.
But in this case, Verdejo did. Verdejo had pretty much had the Puerto Rican favor. Like, he didn't need to be like.
That's what I'm saying. He was going to become one, but he couldn't fulfill his own part of the bargain. He couldn't fulfill that. Mm-hmm. He had the height, he had the fights, he had the type of step up bouts, but he just wasn't good enough. They not like they were throwing him in there super dangerous.
No.
So Teofimo Lopez had harder fights than dude.
No, definitely. He sure did. Pretty much, yeah.
Look how Nakatani bounced back because of his ass. Now he got a fucking Lomachenko fight.
Yeah, I'm saying. And you know,
come on, like, Verdejo, man, like.
Yeah, and Top Rank
This dude turned out to be the Puerto Rican Ray Caruth.
Yeah.
It's a fucking fight.
Yeah, I shouldn't even laugh at that too, because that Ray Caruth story is super sad too.
It's a tragic story.
Yeah.
Both of these stories are just fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up too, because it's like, a stupid. And honestly, if they say that Felix Verdejo has brain damage, and I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna use that defense. Like honestly, I mean, I won't possess if they do use it. Saying that, hey, he got too many injuries from boxing, and he wasn't in his right mind. Like no. But no.
Well, I mean, that last knockout, that shit looked crazy, so they might could use that. But he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew this is premeditated. This wasn't any random like everything how all this shit played out was exactly all premeditated.
Like that, like you piece of shit. Like, dude, you beat her. You're a boxer. You beat her up. Where was all these punches from Nakatani? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You doing all that extra shit, and you putting needles in motherfuckers, and then you throwing them off a bridge. Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, nah.
That's just wild, man.
Yeah,
and he had to have been on some street shit. Like even before this, for him to just finally come out like nobody does this. This is the first time thing. Like maybe to this level, but nobody comes out and just plans something like this, like out the blue. Like he was probably definitely on some street stuff on the low. We just don't know about
it. Yeah, he definitely knew somebody that knew somebody. So it's like I said. I mean, more details will definitely come out from this in the future. And I'm just reading the official scorecard saying I just read he risked a death sentence. I believe it.
Yeah, nothing of value will be lost.
Yeah, I mean, if he has children, if he has children. I feel sorry for them because he's pretty much like their lives are ruined.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, he should have just chosen to be a fucking deadbeat dad. If that was the case, like that would have been better than what you did.
Could have done an abortion or something. I mean, nobody.
No, I mean it's up to her.
No.
She probably wasn't gonna. I mean,
she
wasn't gonna do it. She wasn't gonna have an abortion. So
you can kill the broad.
Yeah, he said he probably. I think they were saying he said that he would disown it and wouldn't wouldn't acknowledge the child if it was his. Like, you should have did that. If anything, just be a deadbeat dad. Then you'd be a piece of shit. You'd be a piece of shit, but you wouldn't be a murdering piece of shit.
You wouldn't be a murdering piece of shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. He'd be an irresponsible deadbeat dad, piece of shit.
Yeah,
all of that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, dude should definitely. I'm just reading the
serial killer. Fuck all that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading the FBI affidavit. It's all official. It's sad to read. It's awful. I mean, Verdejo really was shooting at the victim with a gun from the bridge. Like, what the fuck was wrong?
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the FBI got involved. So at least we don't have to worry about no Bruiser Brody fuckery happening in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, if the FBI is on this, Verdejo he's going to jail. Like, I mean, there's no question about it. That depends how many years. Like, he should never come out. Like, life he should be getting. Like, he should never see the time.
He can fucking share his cell with Baltimore for all that care.
Facts.
Sick fucks.
That and then the guy, the Russian mobster too. Yeah, I swear, boxing. Like, I mean, I was telling Pilot before this. Like, boxing does not attract the best people. Like, if it wasn't for boxing, a lot of these
boxing. Boxing and wrestling attract the worst degenerates ever.
Yeah. Right? Like if it wasn't for boxing, like a lot of these cats would actually be legit killers out there. Like, seriously.
You see, like, honestly, like, I hate to bring it up, but that part in Mortal Kombat with Kano, when he was drawing the picture, that's all you need to know. Like, right there, like that describes like half the artists, rappers, fucking boxers, wrestlers, MMA niggas.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of these fighters, I mean,
Fucking psychopaths.
yeah, like I said, the only reason why they lawful in these sports is because for the most part they getting paid to be this way. But if they wasn't getting paid, if they wasn't doing this shit, a lot of these cats would be doing some wild shit out there, you know. And unfortunately, but then like I said, there are some who just they can't shake off their demons. And Verdale had, and like I said, Verdale was a fuck up. You know, he was a huge fuck up. But even I didn't think he would be a fuck up. You know, be able to.
You just thought he'd be a fuck up in boxing, not a fuck up in life, too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because he never could get it going. Like, you had a whole lightweight era pass him by, and he was there for all of it and never participated.
Yeah.
He was there. Remember, you had a whole Fortuna, Easter, Lomachenko, fucking Mikey Garcia. You had this whole lightweight era passing by.
Yeah, and the fun things too is like Top Rank they wanted to put him in the ring with Lopez after his Mando. They that's what they couldn't even hide that. But now of course you can't do that. you know. Yeah,
At this rate, I wanted them to smuggle a boxer in the prison to beat his ass.
I'm saying like
yeah, can we get like Nakatani a visit for dude?
I'm saying like he can hit him with all
the Mexican that took his O.
Yeah,
let that guy.
You know what? Fucking send both of them.
I'm saying like it's fucking ridiculous, yo. It's like Vidal is such a piece of shit. Like hopefully he does the honorable thing and kill himself in prison. Like he needs to find a towel or something like that, or somebody or something.
Take the ratchet, go home, and just Chris Benoit.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no going home. Baseboard on that chin and just crack it permanent.
Although there's no
failed him so many times.
There's no going home because he turned himself in, so might as well Gotti yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I ain't gonna say Gotti yourself. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think Gotti was actually legit murdered.
yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. No,
well, I mean, yeah, just do that, but just to yourself.
I will say it's been a while since we've seen something like
that. Said, look, he said, don't like murder yourself, but make it look like somebody murdered you. Like no one, I think bad niggas will want to claim this one, so I don't think he has to do all that. Just fall on that chin of his.
Yeah, I mean,
shatter that motherfucker.
I mean, unfortunately, obviously, in prison, since boxers, they know that he can, they know that Verdun can knock out anyone in prison. So it's, they're gonna have to be creative in trying to get to that motherfucker, if they need to. But yeah, Verdeo equals fuck my life Hall of Fame, absolutely. Between that, yeah. And he said Puerto Rico, the death penalty is abolished there. But they said
make an exception.
But the case
I didn't think he'd get the death penalty. Probably just life in prison.
But they said, the case is handled in federal court, so he does risk a death penalty. How does that work? If it's
that's very rare. I doubt he'll get the death penalty. It's probably just on the table. I doubt
unless it's a boxing fan, unless the feds, got boxing fans,
Because they really don't like to do these days. They really don't like to carry out the death penalty. Like they avoid it at any cost, only if it's really, really, really necessary or really, really bad. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know why. I love the death penalty shit. In fact, I like the old school methods of death penalty. I'm tired of people talking about, oh, we gotta knock them out first before they can do it. No, they should feel every bit of it until they expire.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say all that now.
Damn. Whenever you come to Florida, I gotta give you my crime and punishment book. I got a huge book with nothing but tortures and fucking I'm supposed to put in the library.
Oh, that's great. Now you motherfuckers when he goes down to Florida, you motherfuckers can recreate the intro to the METHOD man. Torture scene. Recreate that
shit. Dude, they got shit in there the upside down crucifix.
Oh yeah, they got some wild shit there. It reminds me of I've seen some because I used to read some shit like that on Wikipedia. They used to that you could fall into the rabbit hole on Wikipedia and some shit like that. Yeah.
Just do the medieval torture method. What Canvas said. You might as well have died, went to hell and died, something like that. But my rhyme weapon is like a medieval torture method. Your 4 limbs tied to 4 horses, all pulling in different directions.
Yeah, they got some crazy shit in there. I might have to post it on the IG, like the picture. So you'll see, because even the cover is fucked up. Like they got a nigga hanging upside down. And it's like representing through like all the countries through world history. So it's not like you're getting the tortures of ancient Rome or Africa or France, or you're getting everybody, America, Australia, everything. So it's a good read, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would definitely love to read that. Personally, I think the good old fashioned electric chair works. Just strap them in there. Put like the wet sponge on top of that.
Walking the mile.
Yeah, I'm not an advocate of the death penalty, so yeah, I'll sit this one out.
Yeah, I'm just an advocate of the fade penalty. I feel like if you do some horrible shit like that, like somebody just need to really beat your ass.
Yeah, like I mean, he clearly forfeited his life, so it's like why keep him alive? What, so they can feed him 3 meals a day, and so fuck no, kill him.
I think dying in prison is worse than sucking the death penalty for me, honestly. But
nah, if only someone just beating your ass. If you just sitting in a room and you chilling, watching cable, reading books, or drawing pictures, like
yeah.
You're not seeing sunlight. That's just a crappy job in a damn cubicle. Like, been there, done that. No,
what kind of duper that shit is this?
Yeah,
you got to put violence in this shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to be something that was. It has to be like something where a lesson is learned. Like I mean, dude,
this ain't no go to your room or you're in detention. Go, turn around in the corner. Fuck off.
For me,
nigga doing soft punishment shit to this broad, and like we just gonna just be like, nah, that's okay. Nah, that shit is just despicable what he did to that lady. Like, I ain't want to talk about it, man. Fuck this dude for life.
Yeah, it's just a sad story, and then obviously
she didn't deserve that.
Yeah, and obviously we'll follow the story as it goes. I mean, there'll probably be some more horrible details that will come out of this, and but yeah, it's completely awful. And official scorecard said Dan Raphael just shared the police report describing everything. Yeah, I saw that. I saw some of the blurbs. Yeah, it's sad. It's a whole sad.
It almost seemed like they would make a TV movie out of this.
Oh yeah,
I saw it somewhere else. I didn't see it from Fat Blob because he blocked me, but I saw it from somewhere else.
And I know too, and somehow I know they're gonna blame boxing for what he did. Like it's gonna happen. It's like
I already see it, man.
Oh, you mean like how they blame school shootings on music? Well, it's that damn hip hop.
Yeah, should boxing be banned? It's clear that if you get hit somebody in the head so many times, it drove him to do this horrible crime. I already know.
Like how they banned chair shots after the Chris Benoit shit.
Yeah, wrestlers can't hit each other in the head with chair shots anymore and shit like that. Yeah. So yeah.
Damn, well, that sucks. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. I think I'm done with this topic too. But yeah, we'll definitely follow it as it. Y'all
close it out
for sure. So yeah, final thoughts. Pilot man, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, a lot to unpack for this one. I'm just excited to see the best pound for pound boxer next week in the world. Can't wait.
Terence Crawford's not fighting.
Oh, give me a break.
No comment from
Would you stop it?
But you know what it is, Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. Smash that like button, subscribe everywhere in between, ringgangradio.com. Let's go.
That's what it is. AOP, man. Your final thoughts?
Yeah. Stop getting your side pieces pregnant. God damn it. Yeah. Like
respect your body.
Yes. Protect your body. Stop being a scum.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you know what it is. Ring Gang Radio. You know where to find us at. YouTube, Twitter, regainradio.com, Facebook, Instagram. You know the vibes. We got some dope stuff coming, and tune in. We got a great week of boxing coming up, and then great multiple weeks. You know, it's the same old, same old. We leveling up.
Absolutely. Oh man, LB, final thoughts.
Return of the Sample Kings out now. Y'all get that. Shit's flames. Cutter Theme is out right now. Jericho Cutter comic is out right now. oddninjamedia.com. Shout out Drew. All that shit's out right now. Shout out Prolific Genius. Ring Gang Next Generation. Shout out his family. Dog Clanarchy, DZ, Rome, PJ Fight Architect, Gang. Fucking uppercut season on his way. You've been warned. Like, take over from the beginning. It's just crazy. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, Sample Kings, Return of the Sample Kings is out. That's all I got to say, man. Just much respect to everybody across the world fucking with us and everybody in the comments, Twitter, all of that shit. Much respect, man. We just love boxing. We just, enjoying it with y'all.
Absolutely, man. And then myself, I don't have anything to add on really than that the other brothers have already said, but yeah, definitely look out for my views on the prediction video for Canelo Saunders. And it's a shame too that, as much work as I put in for the Ruiz Areola one on that one, the shit didn't play out the way that everyone thought it should have played out. So I was like, I predicted a knockout and shit goes the distance. So, but still, it's still entertaining to listen to. So, if you want to re-listen to it over and over again, you can go ahead and do so. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Like, I think it's got sleep on that shit. That shit, he was holding down bars in boxing for a good minute, for like a year, actually. Like,
yeah, that PV shit, that rubbed me the wrong way. So I had to express it.
Nah, you did a damn good job. The skit, all of that shit. Like, I'm telling you, y'all gotta check that out. Like, I know the fight's over, but that's one of those you gotta go back. Because that shit, he definitely held that shit down and killed that shit.
Yeah, I vow too, for every horrible fight or card we got on paper, there will definitely be a scathing prediction narrative video behind it. Trust me. That's all I need. So
if y'all wanting to stop, we got to get like fire matchups all the time.
Yeah. You're fighting. I can allow bad matchups once in a while, but if the year's already mid and you will continue to give us mid, nah. You're gonna.
We gonna focus on the bad shit. I'm gonna make positive boxing songs.
Exactly.
Oh, bah humbug ass nigga. No worries. Uppercut season coming out soon, real soon.
Yes, and of course, obviously, I know the cartoon episode 3 is also, should be coming out soon.
That's in the works. Yeah, we back on that. It just we had to handle a lot of other projects and shit first, so we back on that. Cartoon gonna be looking amazing. I'm gonna start drawing episode 4, getting that ready.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna be even more amazing and shit.
Yeah, and then of course, obviously, there's also gonna be more Forgotten Fades coming up real soon. Another one coming up. So yeah, definitely look out for that, and then reread the other ones as well.
You just dropped a recent one. What was the Morales Paulo Cesar Cano?
Yeah, Cano. Yeah,
it's a great read. It's a good fight. So y'all check that out too. RingGameRadio.com.
Yeah, the website. Articles. Yeah, the website, Podomatic, Anchor, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're all there, man. Looks like just definitely sub to us, especially on our YouTube, and then tell your friends about us, and then we can all be friends. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. For myself, Pat Scorpion, the Northern Representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the Go Artist, for King People, Dago P, and for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Adios.